Hi friends, MD Vegan. I make a chia pudding. Yeah, chia pudding is very simple to get the omega-3 fatty acids we need every day. And I have a big load today. Essential fat, that means we need it. We need to supply, like vitamin B12. Yeah, we need vitamin B12. But essential fatty acids, this is chia seed, 4 tablespoons. But essential acid fats we need every day in large amounts. Vitamin B12 only in a small amount. And the vegan has to supply to make sure. All doctors that are really reasonable, they say you have to supply. You check your blood at least every 2 or 3 years. But with essential fatty acids, these omega-3 fatty acids with chia seed, we need them every day. So 2 tablespoons or 3, that would be enough. You have chia seeds, flax seeds, hemp seeds, you have walnuts, a handful, or algae. That's the main sources as far as I understand. Yeah. In many other plants there are smallest amounts, but to have enough, you have, that is the option, the best option as I understood. So chia pudding, for that reason, is of course very cool, because then you have your these fatty acids that you need for the nerves, for the muscles, for the brain, very important. And they are also for other reasons very healthy. Yeah? They have a lot of nutrients we need, minerals, and so many other things that are so healthy for us, so important. So chia seeds are cool. And to make it, usually what I get in an Asian restaurant, oftentimes, as a dessert, they make a coconut milk, put in some chia seeds, let it sit for half an hour or maybe all night, and then you have a nice chia pudding. That is something you can do, but the studies I read, of course, professional doctor, professional scientists gave an overview. It's not myself, I'm not a scientist, not a medical scientist, but some doctors have researched that, and they say, with many people making the studies, that you have 2 ways to get chia seeds. Either you eat them on a muesli, just a tablespoon on a muesli, or you blend it in a milk. And when you just pour it on the muesli, the omega-3 fatty acids just go through the body and you don't absorb it. So to get the fatty acids and the other wonderful nutrients in the chia seeds, you have to blend it up, to break it down. Otherwise it doesn't work. So what I don't know is, and they didn't say that, if you can make a pudding with the chia seeds without blending, just soaking it for a night or for 2 hours or 10 minutes or so until they, little balls, the chia balls, here there are tiny little balls, they soak in the milk and then they get thick, thick balls. And then, if that is enough to absorb, I don't know. So I think it might work. I think they didn't research that, so we don't 100% know, but I think it might work. But today, I don't want to make that. Yeah, I want to blend it. And to blend it, I make cashew milk with a handful of cashew nuts and some dates to make it sweet. Because the chia seeds, also the flax seeds, they don't like sour flavors. If you blend this, for example, with lemon, like banana, lemon, and for example, cashew nut, then the chia seeds can turn bitter. That is same is true for flax seeds. Somehow, I don't put lemon in there. It turns bitter. So I rather make it sweet. That's also with the Asian restaurants. If you have these desserts, they always have a sweet milk. With the coconut milk is usually sweetened with something, and then it tastes nice. You can also put cardamom in there, other spices. There's a lot of spices that can be savory and sweet together, like cardamom, like pepper a little bit. That's also nice with chia seed. But sour, I wouldn't say. I wouldn't do that anymore. I tried it, it wasn't good. So you might feel different about it. I wouldn't take it. You can try if you like. So I put the cashew nuts into the blender and the dates too. And now I put the chia seeds in. And so that should work. And the only thing is now I want to know how much water do I need to get a nice chia pudding texture. That means firm. It has to firm up, to gel up a little bit. If it's too runny, I have a little problem with my dessert or my breakfast. It's a breakfast today. I want to make. I show you in a moment. So I don't need too much water. Such a small amount I begin with. I begin with a cup or so. A little bit more. Yeah. So let's see what happens when I blend that. Blend or dance. So far, so good. Yeah, it's still runny, but it will firm up in a moment, I guess. I have to check now. I will push down from the sides. Some of the chia seeds, of course, they jump up to the sides, and then they're not in the milk. And yeah, one thing, cashew nuts here are a very nice way to do that, an easy way. Coconut milk is also nice, but it would be different, for example, with almonds, for example, or with hazelnuts. I always like to try different kinds of nuts and seeds, but the brown nuts, especially with the brown skin around the seed of the nut, that could be a problem because then you might have to filter the nut milk before you use it. Otherwise, you might have a scratching in the throat. But the cashews are white nuts, or without this brown skin around the nut, and that has no problem. That is macadamias too. You could take; they're also white and they have also the brown peel, and they don't scratch. You can blend them completely smooth. That's the nice thing. A nice thing about cashews and macadamias, because they are so easy. You don't need to filter them. Yeah. So I put everything here. You know what? I think I will taste it. It looks good. It looks firm, almost firm. So I might have enough water in there to make the pudding. I will taste it right now. Absolutely fantastic flavor. It is firming up. Yeah, I could even use some more dates, but no, that's okay. It's sweet enough. It's a wonderful flavor. I like that. But I might use some more water, you know, a little bit more. Yeah. And one more blending, and then I let it sit for a moment. That should do it. Yeah, it's good. So it will thicken up a little bit, but meanwhile, I will pour it into a glass, because that's the first layer of my breakfast. So it's a chia pudding. Here with cashew nuts and dates, very simple. Put it into a glass. Whoops. See, it thickens, you see, it begins to thicken up. And that's what I want. This will gel up a little bit more. The rest, sit for a moment, and now I have a second layer and a third layer. You know, always 3 parts or 3 ingredients, my recipes. So the third layer on top will be a raspberry jam. I made it recently, so nice, with another dessert, another breakfast. I have some frozen raspberries. They have been thawed. This is a wonderful a container to have hot water under, and then these with a lid on top, they thaw in 10 minutes or so, enough to put some date mousse on top and some lemon juice. This would be perfect to make the jam, the raspberry jam. Some date mousse, how to make date mousse, I show you in another video. And this is half a lemon juiced. Together, this might be actually a very nice flavor. And what I do now, the date mousse, just blending dates with water. A small amount of water, and then you put the date mousse into a refrigerator in a sealed container and keep it up for a week or so. I wouldn't wait too long to use it because it can turn sour. Not so nice. So I make a small amount of date mousse and put it in the refrigerator, and then I have this kind of recipe I can make in no time. Because blending dates is a little bit of work. You have to cleanse the blender afterwards. I show you in the video, you know. But this is now the raspberry jam with the date mousse. It's very simple. And the dates, they are sweet, of course, and super healthy, by the way. You can eat dates every day, no problem. And then the raspberries, they are a little bit sour. So that's why I choose the dates here. And I tried recently the date mousse with the raspberries, and I used the vanilla powder. That was heavenly. But this time I take lemon juice to try. I showed you before, it's half a lemon juiced. I showed you before, yeah. I will put that on top because it's also nice. Also with the second layer, it's a mango, I show you in a moment. A mango is a classical topping for a chia pudding. I've seen that in a restaurant, in an Asian restaurant, where they put the mangoes on top of the chia pudding. Or delicious, yeah. So they used, as I said, coconut milk, but cashew milk is also nice, I would say. I'll try that today. And here is my raspberry jam. I have a little to stir a little bit more because everything has to be evenly combined to have the nicest effect. I'll show you in a moment. It takes a little bit. It's not difficult. And of course I will taste it. Always want to know what the ingredients I use, the parts, what they taste like. Yeah, this way with a lemon, the raspberry flavor gets a whole different note than with vanilla. In vanilla it gets a spacey opening, you know, as if it's very expensive, of course, vanilla, yeah. Okay, can't take that so often, but it opens up the space, and the raspberry is like in heaven. it's amazing. But with lemon, you really feel the raspberry flavor like you know it. It's not that spacey, not the spacious, but it's also amazing, delicious, and it's so nice to have this raspberry flavor refined with lemon and date mousse, because it is a little bit more like when you have a raspberry right from the garden, because then they are fresh, also have this typical raspberry flavor, and you can tickle that out of the frozen raspberry that tastes a little bit less when you put dates and lemon into that. Then you have almost the fresh raspberry flavor. Really very nice. So this is what it looks like. My third layer, my topping, you see? It's like a jam. Very simple. Yeah. And these frozen berries, they are very easy to get. Yeah, I get them from the health food shop or from the other supermarket. Put them in the freezer. Very inexpensive, available all through the year, and super nice. So this is my pudding. Yeah, it is a little bit now. It could be thicker. Yeah, I put a little bit more water in there, but it's okay. Yeah, it's no problem. Now I will put the mangoes on top, or if they sink in a little bit, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, for the visuals. If you want the pudding a little bit thicker, just one mango and peeled it and cut some slices from the mango, then put it into small pieces. Very simple, easy to make. Put it on top, and on top of the mangoes and the raspberries, and that is actually a nice combination. I tried that before in another recipe. A mango raspberry is really perfect. That was an inspiration recently in another recipe. I tried this mango raspberry combination. Wow, very nice. And I thought that was so nice, I will use it again in this recipe, with the chia pudding. I wanted to make a chia pudding for some time. Didn't make it for some time. I have other recipes with chia pudding in my channel. You'll find it easily. And once in a while, I come back to these ideas. And now it was time for the chia pudding again. And here, the mango on top. Here, you see, you could have it like that. Would be also nice. You see, it doesn't sink in that much. It's nice. It's already firm a little bit. On top of this, I put my raspberry jam. And then I go. That's all. It's not that difficult, but it's a great variety. I never made this recipe before. So I'm very happy to have a new experience, a new flavor. It's so exciting. And I always try to make the best of an ingredient. Yeah, not the best maybe, but something that wasn't in it before. Yeah. The frozen raspberry, for example, is an ingredient, and I refine it with date mousse and lemon juice, and it tastes even more like raspberry. So I do something with the ingredient that makes it even better, one could say. And that's what cooking is basically to me. I use the ingredients, put them together in a way that refines them a little bit. That's of course good, but I have a small number of ingredients to begin with, because then I can focus on the ingredients more and their quality, how they play together, instead of having maybe 10, 15 ingredients for one recipe, or 20 or so, like in the earlier days when I cooked. I don't really know how that works. What's in there? It's like a magic I don't understand. The small number of ingredients, easy to understand, easy to play. That nice? Did I show you? Now the mango is a little bit hiding, but nevertheless, there's a lot of mango in there. I'm very happy I tried that. I can't wait to enjoy. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. If you like my video, subscribe. MD Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. And find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.